Hello everybody and welcome back to a new Madden video on my channel. It's been a while since I've done a Madden video and I decided I will do not really a rebuild, but something I have been wanting to do. I have taken the best 3 players from each team and I have traded them to the team with the opposite record in their division. So, and not in their division, but in the NFL. So, for example, I took the Kansas City Chiefs. They had the best record in the NFL at 14-3, and I traded them their best players with the Bears, who were 3-14, with the worst record in the league. Then I took the Eagles as well, had the second best, and traded them with the Colts, not the Colts, the Texans. So I thought I would record how this goes. I have put every player onto a team, and there are 2 teams. We're gonna go through them. We're gonna see how they do, how they progress throughout the season. Not throughout the season, but at the end of the season, see who wins the Super Bowl, and all that wonderful stuff. So without further ado, let us do that. Let's start by let's look at the NFL rosters and look at every team. So first off, we have the Washington Commanders. They traded their trade partner, as you can see, was the Green Bay Packers, based on having David Bakhtiari, and Jair Alexander and Aaron Jones, who are their new 3 best players. Gives them upgrades at corner on their defense. They got rid of Kendall Fuller, Jonathan Allen, and Terry McLaurin, and replaced them with these 3. So now this defense has a brand new corner. They lose out on one corner, but they upgrade especially, and they still have a good D line even without Jonathan Allen. As a Commanders fan, it is sad to see they have no receivers anymore, but Aaron Jones will be a good number 1 running back. They still have the rest of the team as well. Moving on to the Dallas Cowboys, this pains me to say that they now have probably one of the best wide receivers in the league in Davante Adams. They also got Josh Jacobs and Max Crosby. They have lost Micah Parsons, DeMarcus Lawrence, and Zach Martin, but they have replaced them with these guys. They still have a decent O-line. They now have a great outside linebacker. Sure, they had Micah Parsons, but they switched him out with Max Crosby. He will be a great running back, great edge rusher in this system. Got Josh Jacobs. Of course, they still have Tony Pollard, but somewhere, I don't know where he is. They might have traded him in this, I don't know, but it's still a great 1-2 punch at running back. Of course, Davante Adams gives Dak Prescott a great 1-2 punch at receiver with him and CeeDee Lamb. And of course, they still have Brandon Cooks, who is injured in this for some reason. They have Deontay Johnson for some reason, but that's besides the point. He's not one of the best players, so I don't care. Of course, those players got shipped off to the Raiders based on who they have. Next up, we got the Miami Dolphins. They traded the Bengals, got not the Bengals. I saw Jesse Bates and I thought that was the Bengals. They traded with the Falcons, got Jesse Bates III, Chris Lindstrom, and A.J. Terrell. They lost Tyreek Hill, Terron Armstead. I'm forgetting who the other player that they lost was, but I will figure who that is when we get to them. Tua now has a great right guard in Chris Lindstrom. Great in that defense, has upgraded a lot. A.J. Terrell, Jesse Bates. They lost Jalen Ramsey. That's who the other player is. But A.J. Terrell is a good replacement, and they get another guy in the secondary in Jesse Bates. And that's a pretty scary Dolphins team, if I do say so myself. The Eagles, I'm not going to remember who they got rid of, but I will be saying who is on their team now. They got Laramie Tunsil. A.J. Brown still on that team. They got they traded the Texans. They got Laramie Tunsil. They got Jimmy Ward. I'm in Shaq Mason. That O-line is upgraded. Actually, it's probably downgraded. I don't know. They lost Lane Johnson. They didn't upgrade. They have a good left tackle still. Still retain a few of their good players. They are a good team. They got Jimmy Ward, a new starting free safety, and Shaq Mason. I think he's going to be starting at. Yeah, they don't have Isaac Seumalo, so they now have Shaq Mason at right guard. Next up, the Atlanta Falcons. They traded the Miami Dolphins. They got Tyreek Hill, Jalen Ramsey, and Terron Armstead. Of course, they lost A.J. Terrell and Jesse Bates, but giving Desmond Ridder a great weapon and Tyreek Hill a great corner. I think it's an upgrade at corner, in my opinion, over A.J. Terrell. To say what you want, Jalen Ramsey is not washed. He's still a top 5 corner in the league. And Terron Armstead swapping him out for Chris Lindstrom, but a still good offensive lineman nonetheless. 49ers, they traded the LA Rams. They lost Nick Bosa, and a couple other players I'm forgetting. But Aaron Donald, Cooper Kupp. Who is the other player they traded for? I am not. Oh, Rob Havenstein. They do also lose Trent Williams, but they do get a new right tackle in Rob Havenstein. And Cooper Kupp, Deebo Samuel, and Brandon Ayuk has to be the deadliest receiving core in the league. Brock Purdy, there's no excuse why he shouldn't put up 5,000 yards. Aaron Donald on this defense is going to be elite. Even without Nick Bosa, he literally just replaces him. Next up, we got the almost at the San Diego Giants, the New York Giants. They got Demario Davis, Marshawn Lattimore, and Tyrann Mathieu from the Saints. They lose Dexter Lawrence. They don't have a replacement from here, but they still got Leonard Williams on the end. Tyrann Mathieu is going to be a great safety for them. As well as Marshawn Lattimore, great combo with Adoree Jackson. Still got Xavier McKinney at free safety. That is a deadly secondary. And Demario Davis is a good middle linebacker. I think they have Bobby Okereke, but that is still a good. I think they're running a 4-3. So that is. Bobby Okereke and Demario Davis will make a great deadly duo on the middle linebacker position. Next up, the Jacksonville Jaguars. If you don't mind, I'm going to get a drink. My throat is dry. Get Brian Burns, Miles Sanders, and Derek Brown from the Panthers. Of course, no more Christian Kirk for Trevor Lawrence to throw to, but he has a great running back combo with Miles Sanders and Travis Etienne. Brian Burns on the D-line is going to be deadly as well as Derek Brown. That's a deadly D-line. Moving up, we got the New York Jets. They traded up the San Diego Chargers. Los Angeles Chargers got Derwin James, Joey Bosa, and Keenan Allen. No more Aaron Rodgers, but they do have Zach Wilson. No reason why Zach Wilson should fail with Keenan Allen. Add to that elite defense already. Derwin James at strong safety with Adrian Amos. It's an upgrade. And Joey Bosa at outside linebacker as a defensive, who I don't know if he's going to play defensive end on this, but we'll see. Next up, got the Detroit Lions. Trading with the Cleveland Browns. Get Myles Garrett, Nick Chubb, and Joel Bitonio. That O-line is deadly as well. No more Frank Ragnow, but I bet Bitonio could play center. They signed Rodney Hudson. I don't know. I can't control that. Nick Chubb at running back and Myles Garrett at defensive end. That defense going to be a good defense. Nick Chubb going to be a great running back for them. I don't see why this team would do really any bad at all. It's the Lions. Next, I've got the Green Bay Packers score straight of the Washington Commanders, as I said already, getting Terry McLaurin, Jonathan Allen, and Kendall Fuller. Downgraded at corner, I will say, but they upgraded the deep tackle over. Jonathan Allen's definitely better than Kenny Clark, but they could serve a deadly 1-2 punch. And Jordan Love has a number one receiver in Terry McLaurin. Aaron Rodgers wishes he was here now. The Packers traded for a number one wide receiver right when Aaron Rodgers leaves. What do you know? Next, I've got the Carolina Panthers get Brandon Sheriff, Christian Kirk, and Josh Allen from the Jacksonville Jaguars. Replace Brian Burns with Josh Allen. I think that's a pretty fair trade-off. Get Christian Kirk as a number one receiver paired with Adam Thielen for Bryce Young, and give Bryce Young a pretty good guard in Brandon Sheriff. This Panthers team, I can see doing really well with Bryce Young at the helm. Where is Bryce Young on this thing? He's right there. He's going to have a good season with a pretty good receiving core now. Who is this? That's Jamal Williams. Why is he on the Panthers? Okay. This is already fucked up. Next, we got the New England Patriots traded the Seattle Seahawks. They got Tyler Lockett, Jamal Adams, and Bobby Wagner. You're giving Mac Jones a number one receiver. I see Mac Jones going to do pretty well at this. Jamal Adams at strong safety. Upgrade over Adrian Phillips, who they have right now. Why do they have Adrian Phillips? They had Kyle Duggar. They replaced him. I don't know if it's an upgrade, but it's definitely a good player that they're getting back. Bobby Wagner and Jawan Bentley are going to make a deadly 1-2 punch in the middle linebacker. Tyler Lockett, It's Mac Jones. That's a scary receiver. Why am I being so high on Mac Jones? But it's a pretty scary duo. Pretty scary to see Bill Belichick with a number one receiver like Tyler Lockett. You know when they had Randy Moss? That they did not go 17-0 that year, but I'm close. Okay. Bear with me. Next up, we got the Las Vegas Raiders. They got Zach Martin, Micah Parsons, and DeMarcus Lawrence. This Raiders team, who's their quarterback? Jimmy G. I don't think this is going to be that great of a team. But Zach Martin is going to be protecting Jimmy G. Micah Parsons is going to be basically replacing Max Crosby, and DeMarcus Lawrence is, I don't know, no more number one receiver for the, I keep forgetting names, for the Raiders. No more Devontae Adams, but they seem to have Jarvis Landry. So that's a pretty weird receiving core. Jarvis Landry, Jacoby Myers, and Hunter Renfrow. Bunch of small, I don't know if Jacoby Myers is small, but that's besides the point. I think that's going to be a pretty deadly defense, though, now. The Las Vegas Rams upgrade. I think they upgrade. They got Trent Williams, new tackle over Rob Havenstein. Defensive end Nick Bosa. They replace him with Aaron Donald, even though they're both listed at defensive end, even though Aaron Donald's a defensive tackle. And they get George Kittle, a pretty good tight end. Pretty good tight end. He's probably the second best tight end in the league, to help Matthew Stafford reach his former glory. No more Cooper Kupp, but I think George Kittle is a pretty good replacement in my mind. The Ravens, they have a goated receiving core. DeAndre Hopkins, OBJ, Zay Flowers, Rashad Bateman. I think OBJ is still injured in this, but still. Derrick Henry at running back, that's a deadly run game. Derrick Henry, Lamar Jackson. I'd be scared. And Kevin Byard at free safety over Marcus Williams. I think that's an upgrade in my opinion. No more Mark Andrews, but I think I'd rather have DeAndre Hopkins over Mark Andrews as my number one receiver. So yeah, next up we got the New Orleans Saints. They traded the New York Giants. They got sexy Dexter Lawrence, Saquon Barkley, and Andrew Thomas. Those are great tackles. Andrew Thomas and Ryan Ramczyk, of course, help already make up for losing Terron Armstead in last year. And great D tackle to go again with Cameron Jordan. Saquon Barkley and Alvin Kamara are gonna make a deadly duo. One of them is deadly. Okay, I'm not gonna make that joke. And Dexter Lawrence, that's an elite defense. No more Marshawn Lattimore, but still, they lost literally the entire secondary. I forgot. Next up, we got the Seattle Seahawks traded the New England Patriots. They get Matthew Judon, Kyle Duggar, and Trent Brown, who is injured. Wow, great job, Seahawks. Why is Trent Brown the number one receiver? Number 3 player for the Patriots. That's depressing. But Matthew Judon gonna be a great defensive end to go with this team. I don't know what. Well, next to Uchenna Nwosu, Kyle Duggar, great safety, replaced with Jamal Adams. Replace Jamal Adams with Kyle Duggar. I think that's a pretty good job, but they do have a good new left tackle who is starting over. Why is Devin? I don't know. I don't know anything. Okay. He's going over Charles Cross, who I think I would. Maybe Charles Cross is on the right side. They might have moved somebody. But next up, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers. They traded the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tristan Wirfs, Mike Evans, and Levante David. Honestly, I think. I don't know. But they do upgrade their offensive line. Tristan Wirfs, great right tackle for Kenny Mittens to protect Kenny Mittens. Get Mike Evans, of course, because why the hell not? That's it. Kenny Pickett should have a good season as well. Levante David up the middle. Along with him and Cole Holcomb. That's a pretty good duo in my opinion. They have Tony Pollard. What is wrong with this franchise? Tony Pollard and Najee Harris. That doesn't count. Houston Texans trade with the Philadelphia Eagles. Get Lane Johnson, Big Darius, Big Play Slay, and Jason Kelsey. That O-line is already better. No more Laramie Tunsil, but Lane Johnson. Darius Slay is a great corner. Pair him up with Shaq Griffin. And Jason Kelsey, he's a fan favorite. That's a great O-line. Upgrade, much better defense too with Darius Slay. That's definitely an upgrade. I can't remember who they lost, but C.J. Stroud, he should not be taking any sacks this year. Tennessee Titans trade with the Ravens. They get Mark Andrews, Marlon Humphrey, and Justin Tucker. I don't think the Titans really got any better. They lose a number one receiver for another number one receiver in Mark Andrews. Maybe they use him. And Marlon Humphrey is a good corner. That is a good secondary, I think. Oh, but they lost Kevin Byard. It's still a decent secondary. And they have the best kicker in the league. Next up, the Minnesota Vikings trade with the Indianapolis Colts. No more Justin Jefferson, but they do get Jonathan Taylor, DeForest Buckner, and Kenny Moore. Upgrading at the corner position is always great. My controller battery is low. That is greater. Let me plug that bad boy in. This thing's going to die eventually, ain't it? But they definitely upgrade at the corner position. Of course, getting Kenny Moore. No more Patrick Peterson, but shoot. But they replace him pretty easily. DeForest Buckner in the middle is going to be great. Great defense. This is probably one of the best defenses in this thing, if I say so myself. Danielle Hunter, of course, with them still, and Jonathan Taylor replacing Dalvin Cook pretty swiftly. And I think it's a very... My stupid controller is dying. This is like the worst video ever. But Jonathan Taylor, that's gonna be a pretty good offense. In my opinion, pretty good offense, even without Justin Jefferson. They don't have an excuse not to run the ball. Not the NFL. Okay. Chicago Bears. The Bears get Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes, and Chris Jones. No more DJ Moore. They sent him off to the Chiefs, but still, the Bears have no excuse to be bad. Poor Justin Jefferson ain't gonna get start, but still a great combination. They signed Dalvin Cook. Why wouldn't they? But Dalvin Cook, that gives them a good team now. Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes, and Chris Jones. Bears upgrade everywhere on the ball, defensive and offensively. The Cincinnati Bengals traded with the Denver Broncos. No more Joe Burrow, no more Jamar Chase, but they do get Justin Simmons, Patrick Surtain. Who is the other guy that they get? I cannot... Oh, and Jerry Jeudy. Who is their quarterback? Nick Foles. Nick Foles is going to have a great season with... Frick, that's not going to go well at all. But still, defense has gotten much better, though, I will say. They have a great 1-2 corner. Two corners, Chidobe Awuzie and PS2. Justin Simmons at free safety, replacing Jesse Bates. I don't know. And, of course, they replace Jamar Chase with a less talented receiver, but a good receiver nonetheless. Buffalo Bills traded to the Arizona Cardinals. They got Budda Baker going down. Who's that? Marquise Brown and who else did they get? Am I just missing him? I don't know. They got somebody else. Let me look. Marquise Brown, Budda Baker, and somebody else that I cannot think of. Why am I not thinking of this? Did they just trade him away? They had a bad team, so maybe he's down here. Oh well, who cares? The video does. But still, they do get those guys. Who else did they trade for? I don't remember. But they got Budda Baker and Marquise Brown. Josh Allen's gone now. So, who's their quarterback? Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan's going to have a year. Denver Broncos, of course, got traded with the Cincinnati Bengals. They get Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase. I don't know who else, but that is a good team. Joe Burrow gets Jamar Chase still, and they got Joe Mixon. That's a deadly running back duo. Joe Mixon and Javonte Williams. I've said deadly duo multiple times, but Joe Burrow, of course, got Jamar Chase. He downgrades, but he has Courtland Sutton, Tim Patrick, who sadly has an ACL injury in real life, and this team is still pretty good. I think this team could, based on Madden simulation, this team's going to do pretty good. The Cleveland Browns didn't, I think, probably downgraded. No, actually, no. I think Deshaun Watson has actually upgraded. No more Joel Bitonio, but they replaced him with Frank Ragnow. They get Amon-Ra St. Brown and C.J. Gardner-Johnson. That secondary got better. And Deshaun Cosby's going to have a great team, great players to throw to. Amari Cooper, David Njoku, and Amon-Ra St. Brown. Next up, we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers trade with the Pittsburgh Steelers. They got T.J. Watt, Cam Hayward, and Minka. No more Tristan Wirfs. Is Vita Vea on this team? Vita Vea is on this team. Uh-oh. That's a scary team. Cam Hayward, T.J. Watt, and Vita Vea all on the same D-line. I wouldn't want to deal with that. Minka Fitzpatrick as the free safety. Him and Antoine Winfield, deadly duo. I'm saying that again. But still, I like saying deadly duo. The Arizona Cardinals traded with the Buffalo Bills. They get Stephon Diggs, Von Miller, and Josh Allen. Hopefully for the Cardinals, an upgrade at quarterback, an upgrade on the D-line, and an upgrade at wide receiver. Replacing Stephon Diggs for Hollywood Brown, I would take that in a heartbeat. And this could be a pretty good team. They have Tyler Higbee. What the hell? What is this? The Chargers trade with the New York Jets. They got Quinnen Williams, Sauce Gardner, and Aaron Rodgers, who's not even going to be starting. So that is kind of sad for them. But if Justin Herbert goes down, you got a guy who can put up great numbers for you. I don't see Quinnen Williams. That's a good defense. Quinnen Williams, Sauce Gardner, that defense. I keep forgetting that they lost players. Kansas City Chiefs, I think, are the last team. Or they know we got one more team after this. They got traded with the Bears. They got Tremaine Edmonds, DJ Moore, and Eddie Jackson. Nobody to throw to DJ Moore, sadly. No more Chris Jones. I think the Chiefs probably have gotten the worst. Have gotten the worst out of all the teams. No more Patrick Mahomes. Who is their quarterback? They got Teddy Bridgewater at quarterback. What the hell? That's cursed. But this O-line is still pretty decent. And I think the Chiefs are still going to somehow make the Super Bowl. Indianapolis Colts are our last team. Justin Jefferson. They get Justin Jefferson, T.J. Hawkinson, and Harrison Smith from the Vikings. No more Jonathan Taylor, but they signed Zeke. Okay. That probably is what they're going to do if they trade Jonathan Taylor. Who is going to be traded? Maybe. Please. I don't know. But Justin Jefferson, T.J. Hawkinson, and Harrison Smith going to be a great receiving core for Anthony Richardson to throw to. I would not scoff at that. Michael Pittman, Justin Jefferson, T.J. Hawkinson. I'd kill for that receiving room if I was a quarterback. And that is where the rosters are going to look like. I'm going to advance to the playoffs and see how each team does. And you're going to sit here with me because I want to see, because I cannot figure out how to edit videos. And we'll see how the NFL shapes up after we get to the playoffs. Skip ahead, do whatever you want. I'll see you guys then. While this loads, I would like to encourage you guys to like and subscribe. I don't know why I just said that, but I will try to upload more Madden videos like this. I want to upload some videos of rebuilds, me making certain teams. I'd like to make teams of players I just like to make teams of. I might do a random team generator, and by that I mean I'll just pick random players from each team and hopefully see what we get, put them into Madden, and see how well they do. And I would like to make some theme teams, maybe college teams. We'll see. I like this. I'm sorry that I can't figure out how to get this thing, how to edit properly. And I hope to hopefully edit these videos better in the future. If anybody has any recommendations for me, that would be greatly appreciated. Please leave them in the comment section below. And I hope you guys are enjoy videos like this. I would like to really grow my channel, and I think this would be, and I find making Madden videos fun, and I hope you guys enjoy watching videos like them. And as we approach the playoffs, I will see you in just a second. here we are at the end of the season. Let's go look at the standings quickly. We'll check everything else. In the AFC, the Ravens win the division get the bye week at a 13-4 record. The Jags, who I think downgraded, have also clinched with the number 2 seed. Texans as well up there. They definitely upgraded. The Colts up there definitely upgraded. The Bills still make it. The Broncos of Joe Burrow. The Bengals have out Joe Burrow. Win their division at 8-9. Jets did the worst in the division. Browns down there as well. Some interesting teams up there. Some teams you would not expect, like the Texans, the Colts, the Broncos. But teams like the Bengals, the Bills, the Jags, and the Ravens up there still. And the NFC, the Saints get the number 1 seed. They're the best team in the league. The Bears of Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and Chris Jones make it to the number 4 spot. Make it to the 2 seed. And the Buccaneers, don't remember who they have on their team, make it. The Cardinals, the Vikings, the Cowboys, and the Packers. Some of the teams, the team that did the worst in the NFC is the Seattle Seahawks. The Panthers, with their upgraded team, didn't do too well. I was expecting them to do pretty well. The Rams, they didn't really change anything. I don't think they upgraded or downgraded any position. So let's look at, before we do anything, let's look at the stats and awards. And I'm seeing something that I do not like. I don't like anything of what I'm seeing. Give me a second. Let's look at the standings. In the NFL, Matt Ryan led the league in passing yards. Okay, with the Bills. Jimmy Garoppolo somehow went up there. Jacoby Brissett up there as well. Teddy Bridgewater of the Chiefs. C.J. Stroud had a pretty good season. He probably wins Rookie of the Year. Nick Foles, Baker Mayfield, Taylor Heineke, Dak Prescott, Jordan Love, Joe Burrow had a pretty good season. Rushing, Ezekiel Elliott leads the league in rushing. What the hell? Nick Chubb on the Lions up there. Dalvin Cook, Derrick Henry on the Ravens, Saquon on the Saints. Kareem Hunt is on the Packers now. Receiving, Marquise Brown leads the league in receptions. No Josh Allen, no problem for the Bills. Van Jefferson up there. Chris Godwin didn't move teams. I'm actually quite surprised he didn't move teams, but I guess with no Mike Evans, it is easy to put up yards. Cooper Kupp on the Rams, on the 49ers did pretty good as well. Blocking, Zach Martin allowed no sacks. Morgan Moses as well for some reason. Most sacks goes to Tyree Phillips. Let's go down. Donovan Smith on the Patriots. Let's see. Trent Brown on the Seahawks did horribly. Defensively, Shaq Leonard leads the league in tackles. Trying to see someone who's new to a team up there. Bobby Wagner, highest of new teams. Sacks. Khalil Mack on the Chargers ties the record. Myles Garrett, 21 on the Lions. Aaron Donald, 20 on the 49ers. Jadeveon Clowney for some reason. Rocky Yassin, okay. AJ Terrell, the Dolphins, has 6. And that's it, I guess. But let's go look at some of the teams themselves. Let's get to passing. One second. Bears, of course, Patrick Mahomes didn't have a great season, I will say. Justin Fields threw in a touchdown, but Mahomes not having a great season receiving. Travis Kelce did not do well at all. Only 1 touchdown of the year. Played all 17 games. Only 65 receptions for 752 yards. But Darnell Mooney, Russell Gage benefited from that pretty much. On defense, Chris Jones. How did Chris Jones do? Chris Jones had 11 sacks, 21 TFL. Not a bad season for Chris Jones. Not what we're used to seeing from him. A little bit of a down year from the year prior. But, yeah. Cincinnati Bengals, Nick Foles did really well. Why is Leonard Fournette here? Jerry Jeudy put up 1,000 yards. Not bad for Jerry Jeudy. Who did they have in there? Who else did we give them? I don't remember. This is on defense. Oh, they got Buda Baker, didn't they? No, they didn't. Oh, they got PS2. PS2, 3 interceptions, not bad. They got Justin Simmons as well. Where is Justin Simmons? No picks, only 63 tackles, 1 sack, 1 TFL. Not a great season for Justin Simmons, if I do say so myself. The Buffalo Bills, they got Marquise Brown, who led the league in receiving yards somehow, 15 TDs. What? And they got Budda Baker. Budda Baker, no picks, but he second on the team in tackles, not bad. That isn't great. I would expect more from Budda Baker on the Bills. Broncos, of course, they had Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow did pretty well, 41 touchdowns, 7 picks. I could see him winning MVP. Who else did they have? Got the Javonte Williams. Was a good number two back to Joe Mixon. No, this is the Broncos. Joe Mixon, 802 yards, but they were splitting carries. 7 touchdowns for each of them. And receiving, Jamar Chase, not a great season. Tim Patrick and Cortland Sutton putting up more receiving yards and touchdowns than Jamar Chase. Not very good, if I have to say. The Browns, Deshaun Watson probably had a good year. Running game was weird. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 1,000 yards, leads the team. Amari Cooper did pretty well as well, I guess. And they had Frank Ragnow, 2 sacks on the year. Missed a game, but not bad. I just closed out of the stats when I did not want to do that. 1 second, please forgive me. Buccaneers, Baker Mayfield, still, they got, who did they get? They didn't get anybody on offense, did they? No, they did not. Who did they get? They had a who did they get? They got all defensive players, I guess. TJ Watt, 91 tackles, 13 sacks, 27 tackles for a loss. I think they had all defense. Minka was on their team. TJ Watt, Cam Hayward, 8 sacks. They did pretty well. And interceptions, none from Minka Fitzpatrick. 1 sack, 74 tackles. That is disappointing. Cardinals, Josh Allen putting up almost 4,500 yards, 37 touchdowns, 13 picks. Josh Allen did pretty good on the ground, I will say. Yeah, he had 518 yards on the ground, receiving Stephon Diggs, 1,000 yards, 6 touchdowns. Not a great season from him. And they had Tre'Davious White, I want to say. Von Miller, 19.5 sacks, 12 TFLs. Pretty good season from Von Miller, if I do say so myself. Chargers, Aaron Rodgers, gunning it through a touchdown on 2 completions. Not bad. I'll take it, I guess. That's fine. Receivers, they didn't have a receiver. No, they didn't. Who did they have? They had Quinn Williams and Sauce Gardner. Of course, Khalil Mack had a great year. Quinn Williams, 13 sacks, not bad. Sauce Gardner with only a pick and 99 tackles. You expect more from him. The Kansas City Chiefs, they did not have a good team. I see how they did bad. DJ Moore did have a good season, though. 1,300 yards, 10 touchdowns. That is not bad at all. And then on defense, they had Terrell Edmonds' second team. That's a pretty good tackling group, I say. Terrell Edmonds had 4 sacks, picks. Oh my goodness. Eddie Jackson, no picks, only 63 tackles. Okay. Whatever you say. I don't agree, but okay. Colts, Anthony Richardson had a pretty good season. I could see him winning Rookie of the Year. Zeke apparently did really well. Justin Jefferson, I mean, he did a good job throwing the ball, spreading the ball around. 7 touchdowns, 1,100 yards for Justin Jefferson. Not his normal stats, but pretty good season. And T.J. Hawkinson, 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns. Not bad. Did they have a defensive player? I can't remember. They had Harrison Smith. He had 94 tackles, 2 picks. Not bad at all. Commanders, Jacoby Brissett, okay, I guess. Aaron Jones, 1,000 yards. Good job. He and Brian Robinson were a great duo, I will say. 27 combined touchdowns. And they had defensive players. Who else did they have? They had Jair Alexander had 4 picks, and I just lost him. There he is. Who else did they have? I cannot remember for the life of me. David Bakhtiari. They had David Bakhtiari. How did he do? 4 sacks. Did not play many downs. I guess he might have gotten injured. Cowboys. Dak Prescott had a pretty good year. Josh Jacobs, not a great year, honestly. 920 yards, 11 touchdowns. Him and Rojo put up a decent stat line. Devontae Adams only 1,200 yards. But it's a pretty good receiving core. He did spread the ball around a lot with Deontay Johnson on the team, I guess. Blocking, they had a... I can't remember for the life of me. They got a defensive player at the end of the day. Max Crosby, 13 sacks, not bad. 1 interception, 9 TFLs. Miami Dolphins. Tua had a pretty good season. I did the wrong thing. 1 second. 16 picks. Running back room was not great. Of course, they didn't do well without Tyreek Hill. But they did get Chris Lindstrom, 8 sacks. Ooh, that's not a great season. Ooh. And then on defense, they got AJ Terrell, 2 TFLs, 6 picks, not bad. And they have Jesse Bates somewhere, if I can find him. Jesse Bates, no picks, 1 TFL, no sacks, 56 tackles. Looking at the Philadelphia Eagles. Jalen Hurts, decent, not a great season. Rashad, that was not a great running back room. Who did they have? AJ Brown did not do well, I guess. They got some O-lineman, Shaq Mason, 4 sacks, Larry Tunsil, 7, not great. And then on defense, they did get, who did they get on? I forgot the other player. I'm sorry, I'm going to skip over this because I don't think it's that important. Falcons. Taylor Heineke, decent year. Cordell Patterson up there. Okay, Tyreek Hill, only 1,100 yards, 12 touchdowns. Who else did they have? I cannot remember. Who is this? They got Turner Armstead, 9 sacks, not good. And then Jalen Ramsey had 4 picks, 2 TFLs. Okay season. It's not normal Jalen Ramsey numbers, but it's okay, I will say that. 49ers, Brock Purdy didn't start every game, so I can see why, but not great numbers. Christian McCaffrey. Cooper Kupp was running a lot. I guess this is the 49ers playbook. Cooper Kupp, 1,400 yards, 16 touchdowns. Probably led the league in scrimmage yards. Receiving room, I was expecting to do much better, but it did not. And they got Rob Havenstein, 9 sacks. And then Aaron Donald. See how he did 20 sacks for Aaron Donald, 10 TFLs. Not bad at all. New York Giants, they traded with the Saints. They got nobody there. Nobody there. They have. They got nobody on the O-line. Why am I checking there? They got Demario Davis, led the team in tackles, 1 sack, 1 pick, 7 TFLs. They got Marshawn Lattimore, 3 picks, 2 sacks, no sacks, I mean. And got Marshawn Lattimore, 4 picks. Not pretty good defensive job by the people. Trevor Lawrence had a decent season. Travis Etienne. Miles Sanders did not get the start, but he did take a lot of goal line stuff from Travis Etienne, but a pretty good combination nonetheless. They got, who did they add a receiver? They did not add a receiver. I'm not thinking properly. Did they add a, no, they didn't add a blocker, did they? Who did they add? They added Brian Burns, 14 sacks, not bad. 18 TFLs. Derek Brown, 6 sacks, 13 TFLs. Not bad at all. Jets, Zach Wilson put up a decent year, actually. Not for Madden Sanders, but for real life, that's pretty good. Now, at a running back, Keenan Allen, 1,400 yards, 14 touchdowns. That definitely helped him out. They added somebody here. They did not add somebody there. I don't know what I'm thinking right now. Defensively, not CJ Mosley. Derwin James, 3 not great season. Derwin James led the team second in tackles, but only 1 pick. You really want more from him. And they did add. Who they add? They added Joey Bosa, 11 sacks. Him and JFM were pretty good. I will say, don't know why Siaki Ike is on this team. He should not be. Lions, Jared Goff. Not bad season. They got Nick Chubb, 1,400 yards, 21 touchdowns. Him and David Montgomery putting up a great 1-2 punch at running back. Did not add a receiver. They got Joel Bitonio, 5 sacks. Not bad. Rodney Hudson on this team for some reason. And Myles Garrett was also on this team, 21 sacks, 13 TFLs. Not bad at all. Green Bay Packers, Jordan Love had a pretty good season, I will say. Don't know why Kareem Hunt's on this team. Terry McLaurin was not number one on this team, I guess. Christian Watson led the team, but Terry McLaurin, 1,100 yards, 8 touchdowns. What do you put normal blitz up in Washington? I guess in the game, Jordan Love isn't that good. Sacks. Where is Jonathan Allen? Jonathan Allen, only 3.5 sacks, only 5 TFLs. I guess Kenny Clark started over Jonathan Allen. They must have split, because they must have split. What happened between the two of them? They did not split. Jonathan Allen did not play many games. Carolina Panthers, looking at them, Bryce Young had a pretty good season. I don't think he'll win Rookie of the Year because I think that's going to go to Anthony Richardson. They had Christian Kirk and Adam Thielen. Adam Thielen is not new to this team. Christian Kirk, a pretty good season. Not really compared to his last season. I mean, he did spread the ball around. 5 receivers with over 800 yards. I guess they are calling Jamal Williams to the Christian McCaffrey role. They did get Brandon Scherf, only 5 sacks allowed, not bad. And on defense, Josh Allen only had 8.5 sacks. I guess him and Frankie Louvu must have split a lot, I'm guessing. Patriots. Mac Jones, a decent season. Ramondre Stevenson up there. Juju. Where's Tyler? Tyler Lockett, not great. 7 touchdowns. Guess he did spread the ball around, I will say. Defensive. Did they did not get anybody up over here. Bobby Wagner led the team in tackles, 5 TFLs, 2 picks. I'm trying to think of the other guy they got. Was it... Didn't they get... Who else did they get? I'm not thinking straight. They got somebody, and I'm not remembering who it is. Anyway, whoever it is did not do very well, it looks like. It was Jamal Adams, who Adrian Phillips played over for some ungodly reason. Oakland Raiders. Vegas Raiders. Good season from Jimmy G. What the hell? This was a running back room from hell. Who do we give them? I don't remember. That receiving room is not correct. Zach Martin, no sacks for him on all the pretty good season from. Yeah, I will say, I don't know what I'm saying. Micah Parsons, 12.5 sacks, 1 interception, 13 TFLs. Not bad. LA Rams. Matthew Stafford, pretty good season. Sonny Michel retired in real life. Good luck, my man. George Kittle, not a great season. Demarcus Robinson and Van Jefferson outperformed him immensely. And Trent Williams, 9 sacks, not good, not really good. And then sacks, 14 for Nick Bosa, 16 TFLs. Ravens, they should do pretty well. Lamar Jackson didn't do well with the offense, I guess. I don't know. Derrick Henry, 1,300 yards, 9 touchdowns. He and Lamar put up a good, solid group. DeAndre Hopkins, only 800 yards, but that's what to be expected with the Ravens. Did we give him a tackle? I don't remember if we gave him. No, we did not give him a tackle because they don't have a tackle. We gave them Kevin Byard. Patrick, why are those two doing? I don't know why. Where is Kevin Byard? Kevin Byard barely played. What the hell? Okay. I don't know what the problem is with that. Saints, they got the Giants, so let's go look at them quickly. Derek Carr, pretty good season. Saquon, 1,300 yards. He and Kamara, good 1-2 punch. Deadly duo, as my new quote. Saquon Barkley, decent in that. They got Andrew Thomas. I just skipped over him entirely. Andrew Thomas did not look like he did good, though. 11 sacks. Him and Ramczyk were not a very good duo. Dexter Lawrence, only 6 sacks, 18 TFLs, no picks, of course, because he's a defensive tackle. Seahawks traded the Patriots. I went to the wrong team. Don't mind that. Who did they get? They got nobody. Who did they get? They got, I think all defense. And then Trent Brown, who did awfully. 17 sacks, not good. Kyle Duggar, 2 picks, 10 sacks, but second on the team in tackles. And then Matthew Judon, 10 sacks, 1 pick, 6 TFLs. Pittsburgh Steelers, Joey Porter, for some reason, led the team in tackling for some reason. Kind of picking a decent season, I will say. Najee Harris did pretty well. Tony Pollard, for some reason. Mike Evans, only 900 yards, 3 touchdowns. I was expecting much better from Mike Evans. Tristan Wirfs, how did he do? 9 sacks? That's okay. And then Levante David, 110 tackles, 5 TFLs, 3 picks. Houston Texans with their team. CJ Stroud, pretty good season. He could win Rookie of the Year as well. Pretty good running back room for some reason. Robert Woods always seems to put up amazing numbers. He did in my Titans franchise for some reason. I thought they got a receiver. I thought I gave him a receiver. I guess I did not. Blocking, yes, I gave him Lane Johnson. Only 4 sacks, not bad. And on defense, Darius Slay, 2 picks, 2 TFLs. Did they get somebody else, or am I just... I can't think properly. Oh well. Tennessee Titans. Why is Kyle Van Noy on this team? I didn't think he was on this team. Ryan Tannehill and Will Levis didn't do too great together. Running back room was abysmal. Mark Andrews didn't do too well. Blocking, did they get someone blocking? I don't think they did. No, they did not. Marlon Humphrey, only 1 pick. Who else did I give them? I don't remember. Oh, I'm blanking. Mark Andrews, Marlon Humphrey, and then someone else. Who else did I give them? Whether they did, they didn't do any really good. And for the Vikings, we're not even close to being done. Vikings, Kirk Cousins, not a great season. We are almost done. I don't know. Jonathan Taylor, 1,100 yards, 9 touchdowns. They didn't add anybody on their receiving core. They did add DeForest Buckner, if I recall. DeForest Buckner and Daniel Hunter did pretty well. I will say 11 sacks, 20 TFLs, not bad at all. That is it. That is it. Let's go to the awards. I probably did I forget? No, I did not, because I remember the Commanders, we did the Broncos and all those guys. Looking at the yearly awards, MVP goes to CJ Stroud. He's winning the Rookie of the Year. Pat Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Matt Ryan, Lamar Jackson, Anthony Richardson, Trevor Lawrence. I'm surprised Anthony Richardson isn't going to win it. I don't remember what his stats were, but I remember them being much better. That was your MVP. AFC Offensive Player of the Year goes to Marquise Brown. Of course he did, because he put up Red League in receiving yards. Khalil Mack wins it up there. Micah Parsons up there. And Brian Burns as well. CJ Stroud wins Offensive Rookie of the Year in the AFC. Anthony Richardson up there. Damian Pierce, not real. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Felix Anudike Uzoma. Do we have any rookies up from our team? No, we did not. I'm not thinking. Best QB goes to CJ Stroud. Let's just go to the NFC. I don't feel like doing this. Offensive Player of the Year is the Cooper Kupp, KJ Osborne, Jamal Williams. I keep on calling him Jonathan Williams. And Myles Garrett. Who won it for Offensive Player? I guess that's fair. Myles Garrett deserved to win it. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Christian Watson. Jordan Addison, the real one. And Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Lucas Van Ness. Let's go simulate through the playoffs and see who makes the Super Bowl. We're going to jump in and look and see who wins that. Into the Super Bowl. Let's see who makes the Super Bowl and who is going to win Super Bowl 58. In the Super Bowl, let's go look at the playoff bracket in the Super Bowl, in the playoffs. Jags beat the Bengals first round. Bills beat the Colts. Broncos beat the Texans. Ravens beat the Broncos. Jags beat the number 3 Bills. Number 1 Ravens beat the number 3 Bills. Number 2 Bears get upset by the number 7 Packers. Number 3 Cardinals lose to the Vikings. And number 4 Cowboys lose to the number 5. That's a real playoff game. I don't know what the hell happened there. Saints get upset again by the Packers. And another upset. And then the Vikings and the Ravens. The AFC was realistic. The NFC was not. We're going to go look at the Super Bowl and see how this goes. I'm going to retire. Create a new character. We're going to spectate using the Vikings. Give me 1 second. Who is in this? The Vikings. I'm going the wrong way. Let's just go stick with the Ravens. John Harbaugh. Not going to advance the week. We're going to play the full game, and we're going to jump into this and watch and see how this goes. the Ravens, Vikings is your Super Bowl. Especially the Vikings, man, no Justin Jefferson. I expect them to not be very good without him. They really don't have a number one receiver. I forgot who they traded with. We're going to jump forward to the next quarter. If it's a close game, we'll jump in at the end. Ravens on the board first. Vikings, not up there yet. Vikings on the board. Ravens, Vikings. Ravens back and forth. They keep going back and forth. It's halftime. Jumping to the next quarter. Vikings, Ravens, Vikings, Ravens. They're going back and forth. Nobody can get on the board. It's a defensive battle. We're going to jump forward. We're going to go switch our speed to slow. And we're going to watch this and see how this goes. Kirk Cousins is going to step back. If he ever snaps the ball, Kirk Cousins is going to snap back. Kirk Cousins is going to look to throw. Cousins going to get it down to number 18. Rip off Justin Jefferson. I don't know who that is. I'm exiting this. Give me a second. I'm going to go forward a bit more. This is going to be boring. Kirk Cousins is going to look to throw. Kirk is going to get sacked from behind by Tyus Bowser. What a player that I keep forgetting exists because he's like the most irrelevant player ever. I'm exiting. Please let me exit. I don't care. We're going to jump forward. We're going to put this on normal so I can just continue this. Keeping going, the Ravens get on the board. Vikings pushing forward. Now we're going to cancel our sim, and we're going to put our speed onto slow. I am horrible at doing this, but Lamar Jackson is going to try to make a comeback here. Lamar Jackson going to look to throw or run. Jackson's going to look to throw. He will get it down to his number one receiver in Rashad Bateman, who is not his number one receiver. His number one receiver is DeAndre Hopkins in this, but... So this is a great team, I actually will say. Jet sweep to Rashad Bateman. He'll be tackled behind the line to gain. The Vikings are number 6 in takeaways. That does not seem correct. 2-minute warning comes up. And the Ravens will need a touchdown to win. Vikings going to try to hold them here to only a field goal, I guess. Because they really can't go for a field goal. Jackson looking to throw. Jackson going to get it down to Rashad Bateman, who we've already seen 3 plays from. Go no huddle. Jackson looks to throw. Jackson going to go deep. Going to DeAndre Hopkins, who has superstar X Factor. That's scary. Jackson looks to throw. I think that's DeAndre Hopkins. Is that DeAndre Hopkins? I have no clue. It is not DeAndre Hopkins. It's Derrick Henry. That makes sense. But they're driving. Jackson going to look to throw. Jackson going to throw. Complete DeAndre Hopkins. DeAndre Hopkins inside the 10. Ravens going hurry up here. 2 backs in the backfield. Jackson looks to throw. Jackson going to escape the pocket. Jackson throws it down to his tight end, Isaiah Likely, I think. Jackson. Derrick Henry in the backfield. Could see a run here. Could see a pass. Could see anything. Jackson looks to throw. Jackson going to throw. Jackson going to be sacked from behind. That's Dean Lowry with a sack. 3rd and goal. This is 4-down territory. Lamar Jackson looks to throw. Jackson looks to throw. Jackson completes number 13. I don't know who that is. Go no huddle. 4th and goal. Have to get a touchdown here. Lamar Jackson looks to throw. Jackson throwing. Touchdown, DeAndre Hopkins on a jump ball, his signature move. Ravens take the lead. DeAndre Hopkins has taken the lead for the Baltimore Ravens. Not Justin Tucker, their kicker kicks the extra point. The kick is good. And the Ravens. I just realized that Justin Tucker's on the Titans and I missed that. But Vikings have 15 seconds to get a field goal or touchdown. Touchdown wins, field goal ties to return. Don't know who the returner is. I don't care who the returner is. The returner gets tackled at the 25. 10 seconds remain. Could get out of bounds, get close to the field goal range, but Kirk Cousins looks to throw. Cousins looks to throw. Cousins gets it down. Cousins Gonna take a timeout. I am running out of time. Hopefully this gets finished in 5 minutes. But Kirk Cousins has 5 seconds to get down the field. Gonna go through a Hail Mary. Kirk Cousins looks to throw. Being pressure coming. Kirk Cousins lets it go. Kirk Cousins lets it go deep for the end zone. It's gonna be incomplete. The Ravens win the Super Bowl. That is a Super Bowl win for the Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson, DeAndre Hopkins, and Derrick Henry with a Super Bowl win. DeAndre Hopkins and Derrick Henry get their rings. Lamar Jackson gets his too. What a game. Low-scoring game, but I do not care. A valiant effort for each team. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please do subscribe. If you want to see more videos like this, please leave feedback in the comment section below. I hope you guys enjoy it. I just said that, but I'll see you guys later. Hopefully another Madden video or another video like this. I will see you guys next time. See you guys later.